today to stand and fight for the family of Amir Locke. We know that there is a problem all over the United States, but there is a clear problem, and the proof is in the pudding that there is a problem here in the state of Minnesota. There has been over 470 murders at the hands of law enforcement here in the state of Minnesota in the last 20 years, and hardly no one has been held accountable except Derek Chauvin, Kim Potter, and Muhammad Noor.
You remember that, George Floyd? The 9 minutes and 29 seconds was supposed to be the turning point. We come here to demand that Minnesota issue a ban on no-knock warrants. The blood of Amir Locke, the blood of Breonna Taylor should hopefully call for a ban on no-knock warrants all over the country. President Biden, George Floyd, whether it's Dante Wright, whether it's Breonna Taylor, the list goes on and on and on, and now we add Amir Locke name to that list, and we say, how many more before we change the racist, discriminatory policies like no-knock warrants that were held over from the war on drugs, that were held over from the slave patrol? That they found 82% of the time that the no-knock warrants were executed against black people. They weren't busting in the homes of our white brothers and sisters in the wee hours of the morning and nighttime service.
I am demanding that President Biden and everybody else, from the ground up to the top, ban no-knock warrants across the United States of America in the name of America. It is a roller coaster, it is a dream. I am a mother. His older brother is hurting. They were 2 years apart. They were the best friends. Best friends. Imagine my older son doesn't have his best friend anymore. Imagine that I can't FaceTime with my son, but can that officer still FaceTime with his? Can that chief of police still FaceTime with theirs? Can Mayor Fry still FaceTime with theirs? All I have is memories, a voicemail, and pictures. And that still shot of my baby boy, still with the covers over his head, doing the right thing, having his weapon, licensed weapon at that, face down, and still not knowing who the hell is surrounding him. Y'all will not enter another apartment complex of a person of color, and y'all knew when y'all was going there, there was people of color that lived there. So y'all did y'all research, but you didn't know who was up underneath them sheets. I gave birth to him, 11/11/99. He dies 2/2/22. My son was 22. Let's be real, this is hard for all of us. But y'all realize that his name was Amir, and we gave birth to a prince. So y'all messed up royally. Y'all messed up.
We are demanding justice. We're demanding that a bill is passed for the no-knock warrants in the name of Amir Locke, so that we can remember all of those that lost their lives. And that it doesn't ever happen again to any family, to low white class families who also is not talked about. This affects them too. Black and brown and poor white folks. This affects them just as well as it affects us. I noticed when that officer kicked the couch, and when he kicked it the first time, and Amir didn't move. When he kicked it the second time, and the couch almost turned over. Oh my goodness. Not only did I see that or recognize that, but I also recognized the other officer who slapped that officer's gun down. He slapped the gun down. Like, what are you doing? That officer on his right slapped the gun down. Wow. Hey, if Amir was I'll say this, Amir didn't have the intent, the opportunity, nor the ability to hurt those officers. If Amir was a threat, if he was an imminent threat, the other officers would have engaged.
Everybody.
Everybody would have engaged.
Yeah.
When that officer locked that gun down, they knew they messed up. They knew they messed up.
I have fielded so many phone calls from gun owners who said, that would have been me. I go to bed, and listen, not all of us carry guns, right? So not all of us know what we do with our guns when we go to sleep at night. I know a number of gun owners who called me and said, I sleep with my gun right next to my bed. Had I been jarred awake, I would have grabbed it. My gun would have been loaded because that's the only way it can be effective in that situation. And had Amir Locke thought that he needed to defend himself, that would have been the only way for him to do it. But once again, he exercised discretion. And where are these groups not coming forward to talk about how he did everything impeccably right with that discretion? I mean, we just can't say enough. If the Second Amendment doesn't apply to everyone, the NRA and everyone else should just tell us that.
Yeah. And so that's a great point, Jeff. The Minnesota Gun Caucus came forward. We're still waiting for the NRA to come forward. We won't have any more Amir Locks in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.